In this section, we are going to cover how we can better modify, edit, and control some of the geometry that we've laid down in our workspace. As we have covered previously, we have learned that you can lay down some geometry in the workspace. However, let's say you'd like to select specific parts of this geometry or edit certain features that we've already laid down, as it's normal to change your mind later on, or you'd like to edit certain features of a sketch that's already down and you don't want to start off from zero or scrap a project due to a previous mistake that we've made previously or because of changing requirements or demands. Obviously, currently, from our last project, we are still in sketch mode and we still have a tool selected as the line tool. So clicking on a part would just make us draw another set of geometry. How can we get out of this tool? Well, just by clicking Escape, which is our shortcut key, this should take us out of the tool. Sometimes you need to click Escape several times because there are certain features of the tool that require you to exit, as is normal with different layers. Once you exit the tool, you can see that you are put directly into the Select option in the Edit screen. If, however, you don't want to fumble around with the hotkeys, you can simply click on the Select tool to exit the tool itself. Once we are in the Select tool, you can see that we can hover over different parts of our geometry, and by clicking on it, we can select this different geometry. Once it's selected, it will give us our dimensions, and by clicking and dragging, you can modify in real time the geometry. What's also important to note is on the left-hand side, you have this little ribbon, and over here you can see under the label of structure, you have design 1 or whatever you wish to call your first project, and you can see that you have something called curves under there. If we click on this arrow over here, it will expand curves and show you all the different curves and lines you have drawn. And as we go through the tree, you can see that it selects all the different curves in our laid down geometry. As an example, let's say we wish to select the circle. You can either click the Select tool, hover over and click the circle, or if you wish, you can go into the design tree and click the circle itself. It's very important to know how to navigate and how to select different parts of your model in order to effectively and easily edit them. Once you select your model, as an example, the circle, let's say you wish to have a bigger circle. You can select the circle from the navigation tree, and this will give you the dimensions that have been set for the circle or that you set previously. You can edit these dimensions in real time. Let's say we want the circle to have a diameter of 30 millimeters instead of 20. You click inside the text box for the dimensions, you retype the dimensions that you want, click enter, and this will automatically update your model and your sketch. Now, let us cover some of the other sketch tools that are not as simple or direct as the simple basic geometrical ones like the line tool, circle tool, or rectangular tool. Over here, we have the Trim Away tool. What this allows us to do is trim away unwanted line segments from our model. If you click it and you hover over different areas of your geometry, you can see that different lines are highlighted in red. Usually what is selected is line segments between 2 points. So you can see over here we have an intersection between this arc, and this line. So if we hover over this arc, it selects it between this point and this point. What this allows us to do, as an example, let's say we want this rectangular prism sectioned off into 4 corners encapsulated by the circle. However, we have these 3 line segments over here that we do not wish to appear in our model. How would we get rid of them? This is where the Trim Entities tool comes into play. As you can see, if I hover over this unwanted section, it highlights it in red. Simply by clicking on it, it gets rid of it in between the 2 areas where it intersects other geometry. You can do the same for the other 2 segments. And this easily allows us to edit our model. However, let's say we accidentally trimmed this line of our rectangle of this section. Let's say we do not want to do that, and we do not want to mess around with the undo tool as we might have done some other drawing or sketching in the meantime. We can simply use the Create Corner tool, which allows us to make 2 non-intersecting line segments meet in a point. As an example, if we select this line segment and this line segment, you can see SpaceClaim auto-completes and shows us a preview of how the geometry would be completed. So, considering this line segment and this line segment, how it would naturally or geometrically complete to form a point would be by extending this line segment. Once you click these 2 line segments, they would meet and create a corner.